I am back, my fellow Weebians, to give you What If Deku Was the Ultimate Life Form, Part 1. This is going to be scripted, and this was a long script to write down. This is going to give a little homage to the old version, but a really better version because I'm giving Asashi more screen time in this video, or more like talk time. This is going to be the reasons why Izuku's going to have his powers, and why Izuku's going to be OP and godlike, everything I want him to be, basically. So yep, this was supposed to be December special. I mean, it's still December, but like it's supposed to be December 1st, but I got anxious and messed that all up. But it's all good, guys. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. But about this what if, see, this one, I'm only bringing homage to the old version I used to had. One of my old friends asked me to make what if Deku was ultimate life form back when I just started my YouTube channel. So I was like, okay, yeah, I like it, because I actually started watching JoJo's when he brought that exact same thing up. So I was like, I'm fresh to JoJo, and I like JoJo's. I loved part 2, so I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll make this. The ultimate life form is basically Izuku's gonna have a stone mask and gonna get all the powers off that mask. Yeah. There's gonna be villains from only one villain that's from the old version. You will figure out his name later. Wink wink. But yeah, let's start this off. Deku was born, or everyone didn't have the finger bullshit like they had in the first one. If you're born, you'll be born with a quirk or not a quirk. There's no you got double joint. No. I mean, yeah, there is that, and it forms when you're a baby, not when you're a 4-year-old. So they don't know. So Izuku was born quirkless, and his father adored his baby boy, but his mother, she didn't love her son. She wanted him to have a strong quirk, so she could get money off of him. The regular mom bullshit Inko thing. Yeah, it's sad, but that's what Izuku's gonna be living up with for half of his life. Well, Hasashi, he was a, how should I say, archaeologist. He goes through trips around the world finding artifacts, and he was going to pinpoint this one artifact for his son. It was the stone masks. He had a crew, but this crew was not loyal as he seemed. But he knew his crew was not that loyal. They always greedy and riches and power. They all wanted it. But him, he just wanted to give his son something that he never had. A quirk. So he been writing down in his journal, finding locations where he is, and he finally did. He finally found it. Hasashi, we finally found it. The gemstone and the mask. This artifact that grants people power. Deku, in Hasashi's mind. Deku, I finally found it. You can have a power beyond your imagination. You can become a hero. But they don't know yet. Now they're going to backstab me, so I'm going to backstab them first. Sashi really planned this out. He already knew this was going to happen. He already knew his teammates were going to backstab him and take the power to himself. So I'm going to backstab them first. He grabs a mask, and he was thinking about shipping it off to his son. This will cost him his life, though. He knew those guys were greedy and all about power. So they don't even care if they have to kill someone. They did it from the past before. They'll just do it again. So, yeah. My son, this will cost me my life, but anything for you, my boy. So Sashi, Jake said, are we gonna build the tent or what? Yeah, we are. You guys build the tent first. I'll put the mask in the suitcase with the gemstone. Jake, Rebecca, and I know, guys. I know, guys. Really? Him? Yeah. Jake, Rebecca, and Dio. Dio started building the tent. They're building the tent while Hasashi was breaking out the mask of the stone. While they were building the tent, Hasashi was thinking, okay, I lied. Hopefully they can believe me that I'm going to put this mask in the suitcase, but I'm really going to put this mask in the box with a note I wrote for Zuko. This will have the instructions. They'll figure it out and they'll kill me. But before that happens, the box be long gone. They really think they're so smart. Even when I'm sleeping, I still can hear them. They're gonna kill me and take the mask and get ultimate power. But no, I'm giving this mask to Izuku. He will have ultimate power. Okay, I already shipped it off. Hasashi, come over here. Yeah, I'm coming. Bring the suitcase with you. Okay, Hasashi said. He gets into the tent and he puts the suitcase on the table. Then Jake, Rebecca, and Dio pull out guns and point it at Hasashi. Jake, you are a fool, Hasashi, for believing we are your friends. We only use you to get to the stone masks that give us ultimate power. Dio looks at Hasashi, pulls out his gun, and shoots Hasashi in the stomach. Hasashi falls to the ground, covered with his own blood. Hasashi, you really are stupid, huh? It was so easy to manipulate you. It's kind of sad, really. Rebecca, you really fall into our trap. She giggles a little. Now, let's see, Jake says. Opens the suitcase. All three sees that the suitcase was empty. What? Where is it? Dio says to Hasashi. Hasashi laughs. You really think I'm that stupid, huh? I knew you were gonna. I knew. Hasashi was grabbing his stomach. I knew this was gonna happen, so I shipped it off away. You'll never get it. I give it to my son, and you don't have the power to beat him when he gets that mask. I wrote the note with instructions on it to use it. Good luck trying to get it back. Hasashi laughs. Dio scowls at Hasashi, breaking through his plans. This damn man, he pisses me off. Hasashi. Dio scowls and then smiles. His face, well, this was a possibility, Dio says. Looks like it's reality. Don't worry, I had a plan for this. If something happened to the masks, or if someone takes it, we're gonna get it back. That mask is very powerful, but I got other masks that's as powerful as that. Not as powerful, but enough for a three-man group to take it back. I can't wait to feel that. Can't wait to feel the god mask power. Some bullshit. It's my bad, guys. Oh yeah. When Dio pulls out 3 masks, not as like the other one where you have to put the ruby in it. No, just regular stone masks. He gives it to the other ones. He tells them instructions how to use it. They all put the mask on and they cut their hands and smears their blood on the mask. The mask clenches on their faces, and after that, they're vampires. You know how it is. The power was immense for them, really. This power was so powerful that Dio was just holding his mouth. He was like, this power is incredible. Dio looks at Hasashi. Hasashi looks at Dio. So, you're gonna go try to kill my kid. You think you guys can destroy... You guys... You guys think you can destroy or kill my son? That mask is too powerful and you know it. I know. But we can take the mask before he even knows it. Why if he destroys it? That's a likely possibility. But we always can sneak around when he's sleeping. Kill him. Or I can suck his blood. Maybe see if that can give me his powers. Dio, you're a monster. You know that? I know. Dio looks at Asashi. Damn it. Well, good luck, Izuku. He shoots a beam that goes straight to Asashi's head, killing him instantly. With Deku, well, that's a, how should I say, a hard pill to swallow. Really hard pill to swallow. But hey, let's just say, my boy Deku's not gonna die like that. Oh god. But with Deku, he's been being beaten for being quirkless for all these years. His hatred was building up on his mother. Deku's 15. If he was not beaten by his mom, he was being beaten by his childhood best friend. Just for being different. He always comes home bruised and beaten, just for his mother to throw or beat him with a bottle of booze she'd been drinking. Deku didn't get one single day of privacy or love from his mother, or his quote-unquote best friend. His father didn't know about this unjust treatment on his boy. Izuku's mother threatened him to not say anything, so his father thinks everything is good, or okay. Present. We see Deku coming home with bruises and scars around his body. Looks like Bakugo is not letting down his treatment on the poor quirkless boy. But the worst thing that happened today is the discovery that his father was pronounced dead in such island. Well, it was pronounced dead in a such island. And his crew was magically disappeared. Deku was devastated. The only person that cared for him is now dead. That really was devastating for the young lad. He's now walking home, but slowly, because when he gets home, he'll get his hourly beatings. If you didn't get that reference, that's from DBZ Abridged. Your hourly beatings. When he stopped. This is getting sad. I'm just bringing up DBZ Abridged. Fucking. I'm fucking messed up. Your hourly beatings, right? Those slaves? No, stop. Get back into it. He gets he gets home, but he sees his mother. Just the thought of his mom makes him squeal. He holds his scarf that his father gave to him when he was young. Deku finally gets home, opens the door just for a bottle to be thrown at him. To be thrown at his head. He didn't flinch because he felt this so many times that he was numb to the pain. It's all your fault, Deku, Inko said. She screamed at the young Izuku. It's all your fault that your father is dead. Even though these were all lies, it still hurt deep down. He bowed his head and said sorry and left to his room. He lashed out, but quiet. Of course, so his mother wouldn't hear him. Wouldn't hear him. After he finished lashing out for him, he calmed down. He went to his closet. The one thing that calms Izuku down is when he opens his closet to see his dad's old costume he made himself. When he couldn't become a hero, he left it and then gave it to his Deku, or he gave it to Izuku. Glad that my mom don't know nothing about this. If she did, she'd probably destroy about it. My mom does know nothing about it. Sighs. He hears a knock on his door, or a knock on the door. It was night, so his mom probably was asleep and couldn't hear it. So Deku went down and check it. Check it. He opens the door just as he sees a box on the ground. It says Asashi to Deku. He grabs it, goes straight towards his room. He puts his hand on his mouth, shedding a small tear even beyond the grave. You'll give me something, huh, Dad? Deku says. You are the greatest parent known to man. You'll give me something, huh, Dad? The box, and he sees a mask, a gem, a note. Deku grabs the note. The note says instructions on how to use the mask. Deku was looking skeptical on the mask. He was thinking, so, what's this even about? Deku doesn't even know. Well, he opens, he grabs a mask and now he's reading the instructions. Deku is skeptical, but okay, I guess he thought. He placed the gem in the mask and he grabs the thumbtack and pokes his finger. He didn't flinch, even though he didn't flinch because he'd been hurt a lot, so this was nothing. He placed the mask on his head and then he rubbed the blood on his mask. As he clenched on Deku's face, he tried pulling it out, but nothing succeeds. Well, he was trying to get it. When he was trying to get it off, it still didn't come off, and then it finally released off Izuku's head. What was that? Deku said, freaked out. Deku looks around and he sees the letter. It was flipped around. It says things. I do like transform. My bad, guys. And reduced. Oh, it said instructions on what it can do. So it says you can transform, shoot beams out of your head, regeneration, and immortality. Izuku was skeptical. He was like, this is probably lying. He grabs that thumbtack and goes to his wrist. He cuts his wrist and he sees that the wrist is forming back. It's healing. Steam is emitting off the steam. The steam is emitting off the wound. Izuku's like, no way. Izuku opens his window and jumps off of his house. It was a 2-story house. Yeah, Izuku's family was balling because Asashi was a archaeologist and he had money. So he jumps and he doesn't even feel any fall damage. I mean that he didn't get any damage by falling down and landing. So he starts running towards the beach. He goes to the beach and he looks towards the ocean. He clenches his eyes and then opens it again. A beam straight comes out of Izuku's head. Or eyes, my bad. And he looks towards the ocean. He starts to erupt. The beam started to erupt out of his eyes. Amazing. He can become a hero. He started to shapeshift into animals, birds, weapons. He can hear everything and see everything. It's like he was a god, but Izuku was very humble, from all the beatings and calling himself trash and, all that. So Deku took his time playing around with his quirk. And yeah, that's like a boy's dream come true. He turned himself into a mouse, a lion, a tiger, a dragon. It was like the best thing he ever did in his life. He starts playing around with his powers. So it was still nighttime and Izuku was grabbing the trash and in only like 5 minutes all the trash is gone. He took away all the trash. You know what he did? He shot little missiles out of his fingers. Anything he imagined he could have done. So Izuku walking back home. Izuku's mentality was changing because he finally got power. He knows he's not weak. He can just shape his body to become anything he wants. He's considering himself perfect, too perfect. Then he hears a scream. Help me! My bad, guys. Help me! Help me! Somebody help me! Izuku looks around. He keeps hearing it. Where is that coming from? Help me. I need help. But it was very quiet. It was like whispering. He doesn't know how he's hearing this. It's kind of perplexing himself right now, but yeah. Shut up, you dumb bitch. This thug said to this young girl. Give us your money, or we have to kill you. Or he looks towards the girl's clothes and starts unzipping it. She squeals. Not that, please. Stop. I just not that. I just noticed that you're really good looking. But you're young though. Who cares? Looks like those men are going to. Deku stops. They're going to. He looks towards the men in anger. Would they do that? Her. They're monsters. Glimpses of his mother and Bakugo shows up. They're monsters. They're monsters. They're monsters. Izuku's having not a panic attack, more like a, how should I say, a occurring rampage in his mind. He's thinking how Bakugo used his powers for unjust stuff. He remembered that Bakugo did the same thing to this young middle schooler. What was I say? This 7th grade middle schooler. Bakugo threatened her with his explosions. Deku was such a coward back then, he didn't do nothing about it. So he blames himself every day for not saving her. He knows Bakugo did something terrible to her. He knew it, but he just walked away. In a flash, Deku grabbed one of the thug's heads and slams it to the ground. The other one looks at one of his thuggy best friends. His thug best friend just got obliterated to the ground. Deku's mind, he probably got brain damage off of that. But who cares? They deserve it. The other thug starts running, but Izuku does not let go. He looks at the other one. He's like, you really think you can leave, huh? You really think after what you did, you can just leave? Get up like you didn't do nothing, Izuku says. Izuku points his finger. Wood starts shooting off of Izuku. This wood had a paralyzed substance on the tip of it. So when he shot it, it went straight towards the thug and knocked him out successfully. Deku's like, you're lucky I didn't kill you, Izuku says. And Izuku looks up at the girl. It's like, oh, he's like his first time ever talking to a girl. He looks at the girl. He's like, he noticed she had bags under her eyes, white short hair, blue beautiful eyes, but she was very beautiful. Thank you, she says. Izuku's like, no problem. Deku says so. Deku said, so, what's your name? The girl said, my name is Izuku. What's yours? Raiko Yanagi. In a soft tone, she blushed a little. Well, I gotta go. It's nice to meet you. Wait, she stutters, scared. Could you take me home? I understand. I'll gladly take you home. Deku takes her home, and we see her at her front door. She's bowing to Izuku like 15 times. Thank you. Those men, they could have done something towards me, but you saved me. I'm very glad. Izuku's like, it's no problem. I'm glad to help you. So, yeah. While Izuku was saying, he's like, would I ever meet you again? She says. And Izuku's like, well, I'm taking the hero entrance exams. If you want, you can join me. She says, yeah, I was going to do that anyway. See you later. Reiko says. Deku was happy. For the first time in a long time, he just talked to a girl. he got powers and he defeated villains. For the first time, he was excited. For the first time, he felt like a hero. But that minute will not last. That minute would leave. We see Izuku walking back home and opens the door. We see his mother ripping the costume that his father gave to him when he was young. I don't want nothing to do with him. He left me with you, you worthless good for nothing. This angers Izuku. This is bringing up bad memories. The past, it feels like it's haunting him. Telling him that he's nothing but just worthless scum. The thoughts just keep haunting him, bringing it back. And she breaking something that calms him down. Something that he adores so much is now gone. Because his mother just couldn't handle him having this little bit of happiness, huh? Because I'm nothing but worthless. He just snaps. He walks towards his mother. His mother throws bottles at him. It breaks in his head and causing cuts, but heals instantly. And goes like, what's happening here? Did you have a quirk you never told? Then Izuku grabs his mother by the neck. She screams, what are you doing? I'm your mother. Izuku looks at her with a tense face. You were never my mother. You bastard, you were never my mother. He sinks his fingers in her neck. The blood starts sucking out of her body. She's riddled. She looks like a raisin. Her raisin brand looking ass. Izuku drops her to the ground. Not even a single drop left. She is now dead. Izuku feels this new feeling. This feeling of relief. Deku grabs the suit. He puts it on. He put on the scarf and wraps it around his neck. He walks out to an old abandoned building. So this Ramu may be sleeping. He feels no guilt. He feels no pity. He's more happy that he finally got rid of that leech off of his body. He goes on top of the building. Finally, she's gone. Izuku looks towards the city. 1 foot up. 1 foot down. He's looking. He's off the ledge of a building. So, what now? Izuku says. What do I do now? Dang, kid. Dang, kid, you really killed your own mom. Deku looks right behind him. And he sees Rebecca. It was dark, so she could be outside. So Deku looks at her. So, Rebecca, I heard that you magically disappeared. You're with my father. So, tell me, what really happened? Oh, asking me questions, huh? Fine, I'll tell you what happened. We killed your old dad. This angers Izuku. Why? For the mask that you just got power out of. That's why. Oh, Izuku says. So, what do you want to do now? I'm going to kill you. Oh, looks like someone grew some testicles. Huh. I used to call your mom and she used to talk about how much you were a bitch. But not anymore. I mean, she deserved dying after what she did to you. But I'm going to take that mask now. If you don't obey me, I'll kill you. I'm going to kill you anyway. So, good luck. She giggles. Look, please, I don't need any luck. You're the one that needs luck. She's like, yeah. Okay, she shoots a beam. Izuku dodges that beam. Wow, you're really slow. What mask did you take to get that power? Dang it. How did that kid just dodge my beam? That's light speed. Just a mask, not as powerful as yours, but you're just a kid. I can kill you instantly if I wanted to. Oh, so why am I not dead in the ground right now? Azuku gets off of the ledge that he was stepping on and looks towards Rebecca. Fine. I'll give you a little time. Enough to kill you. He cracks his fingers. Oh, this kid really got some balls, huh? Well, good luck. I never thought about beating up a kid before, but look where we are now. Fine. Azuku transformed his hands into a sword. Good luck. Azuku says. In an instant, he's already right behind her. She dodges a slice. Wow, kid. You can say I'm slow. She sees that Azuku's not in the same place that he was. What the? Azuku's right in front of her. He stabs the sword right through her. She hits his hand and breaks the sword. She goes back and she grabs the wound that was connected from the sword that he wielded. She took it off and throws it. It instantly heals. Wow, kid. She coughs a little. That was a good hit, but not good enough. In an instant, it's like a flash. You see her throw a punch. Azuku dodges it, grabs her arms and breaks it. But she is not no pushover either. She's good at gymnastics. So after after Azuku broke her arm, she ripped off her arm off of her body and then re-healed and grabbed Azuku by the neck. Azuku looked at her, thinking. Azuku looked at her while she was grabbing him by the neck. See, kid, even with your tremendous power, you're still just a boy. Nothing but weak. That pisses off Azuku real bad. Azuku lifts off his feet towards the girl. He kicks off of her. Azuku picks himself up and then looks at her. Then Azuku goes like this. He creates guns off of his body. It shoots towards her and she starts dodging the bullets. Some Matrix type shit. That's what's happening. She's dodging it. She thinks she's all badass for a second, but Azuku was using this as a distraction. Azuku shapeshift into a bird, or had wings of a bird, and starts flying towards her. But as Azuku, it's like vampire-ish. His flapping is so fast that it's like it's faster than light speed. It's as fast as the beam of light. Remember, Azuku can dodge beam of lights, but she can't. So when Azuku did that, he dashed towards her, hit her by the neck, clean cut off from the neck. She's on the ground, her head cut off. She's like, don't worry, just give me a second, I'll heal. Before that, Azuku puts his head, or my bad, he puts his foot on her head. Would you really now? Azuku crushes her head, instantly killing her. So, looks like I just killed you. There's way more that's coming. Azuku sighs. Looks like another body in my list. I wonder, would they let me be a hero even though I killed my mother? Or should I just hide the body and then they will never find out? Or Azuku, the only thing he did was change his hair into a white color. Azuku gets home, he picks up the phone and he calls 911. There's alleged that Azuku was sleeping. He changed it. He went back home to report this. He said this being came to his house and killed his mother. Making up a false report. So he wants to be in UA so bad. He's not regretting what he did, but he's not at the same time. He doesn't regret killing his mother. He regrets that this might just have an investigation. It gets the blame on him. Don't worry. Azuku didn't have any fingerprints on her because his whole finger was inside her body. So where are they gonna get the fingerprints? And he was probably lubricated with all the blood So 0 fingerprints. So yeah, they chalked up as a villain, a report, someone killed his mom and stuff like that. So Zuko got left off scot-free. He just got away with murder, he thought. Well, I did kill another person, but she was a villain entirely. So, while Zuko finished killing Rebecca, he knows that she was probably the weakest one, so they send the weakest one out to test out his skill. Looks like they'll understand that his skill is too far from his powers. So, yeah, Deku bitched Rebecca, and now Dio and Jake are just waiting for the next move. They saw the whole thing happened, and they noticed that he's too powerful. Not even a 2v2 will even beat him, so they're gonna train for a while. So Zuko's gonna use that time to train on his powers. Zuko noticed that his powers are probably godlike. He has immortality, transformation. He could transform into any animal that was made on this earth, dragons, anything. Even fucking he can become a fucking germ, a germ. So Zuko is basically balling. After the killed incident, he went back to middle school. Oh, but he's not gonna be known as little bitch boy Zuko. No. He's not. When he gets to school, he's gonna show Bakugo. He's not gonna kill him because there's gonna be kids there. Bakugo, he's young, so he doesn't understand things. But Zuko understands everything now. Remember, the mask gave him a bunch of abilities, and one of those abilities was superhuman intelligence. So Zuko, he was failing. Yeah, this one Zuko was failing grades. Not failing his grade, but like he was failing because he kind of got all his fingers broken. So how he's gonna use his test, and they don't give a fuck about Quirkless Boy. So even every time he tried, Quirkless is real hard in this reality. So even when he tries to get an A, they still fail him. You wanna know why? Because they hate Quirkless people. So Zuko gets to school class. He sits down. We see Bakugo already next to his table, talking shit. He's like, "Looky here, looky here, Zuko. I heard what happened to your mom. She fucking dead, bro." All the kids start laughing, like, "She gone. Good luck. At least she can go somewhere without you, fucking loser." Zuko smiles a little. Yeah, that brings a smile to my face. Bakugo doesn't see the smile because he's hiding it. Zuko was smiling because he was the one that took away his mother. The one thing Bakugo did was make Zuko smile because he's the one that killed his mom, and he loves bringing it back. But Zuko is kind of like emo, bro. I mean, I would too if my mom was a bitch, but like, that sucks. So, yeah, all that was happening, and while Zuko was bawling and bullshit like that, Zuko was also training on his quirk. He knows that Dio and Jake were gonna come after him. So while he was working his body, I mean, he don't have to work his body. You could just make it. So the funny thing is with Zuko, his training is probably obsolete because he's the perfect being. You can't reach his level yet. He's the perfect being. Joseph couldn't kill him. He just had to shoot him off of space. That's why, like, Zuko learned how to fly by making by pushing air out of his feet or some bullshit like that. I forgot what he did. I don't know what he did, but he did that. I forgot what cars did. Cars did. Like, it's so badass. But yeah. Zuko, he can just make money off of his fingertips. I mean, he was already balling because his dad had that paper, archaeologist. He got paid a lot, so money was not trouble for him, and he could live in the same house and pay the rent for his whole life. His dad was like a millionaire. So Zuko left his house and bought an apartment because he didn't need that much space. So Izuku's staying in an apartment. He got himself good clothes, no cap. Um, you know, the clothes he couldn't get because mom just kept giving him fucking leftovers or some shit. But Izuku has a tattered hero suit to his name. It's pretty sad, but hey, what you can do. He still has his father's scarf and he wears it every day. So yeah, back to Izuku. Izuku was holding on to his scarf and Bakugo was talking shit. And we see Bakugo. This time Bakugo fucked up. Bakugo's like, why you keep grabbing that scarf, nerd? He grabs that scarf and pulls out Izuku. In an instant, we see Izuku, his hands already at Bakugo's neck before he pulled the whole scarf out. Bakugo's choking. He's like, what the fuck? Bakugo ripped his scarf out, but he also ripped like his shirt. But we see glimpses of Izuku's physique. That shit has scars, but the scars are kind of like leaving, right? We see kind of gas coming out, and we see pecs and abs on Izuku. You know, he has that fucking he has them chiseled abs like created by God and shit. I used to be saying that a lot. And yeah, Bakugo stopped that. He just throws the thing back and Izuku gets up. Bakugo, the next time you try to do that, I won't hesitate. And goes up to Bakugo's ear. I won't hesitate to kill you. Izuku smiles. And the teacher's like, Izuku, go to the principal's office. And Izuku looks at the teacher. For what? For hurting another classmate. Izuku looks at the teacher. So you're telling me. Izuku pulls out his phone. He had the camera open this whole time. You're telling me that in self-defense, I'm in the wrong. The teacher looks at the student's camera. He's like, never mind. Yeah, okay, never mind. He sits back in his desk. He looks at the other students. They see his cold glare. They just sit back down and don't even look at Izuku. They fear something. There's something in Izuku that they're fearing now. Bakugo, his bitch ass sat down. So, while that was happening, we see back to Izuku. We see Izuku leave school. He told the teacher, like, you better give me A's now. Even if I'm not even doing the test, you better give it to me. Or this video he shows will be released. Are you blackmailing me? Look, this lawyer, I give a fuck. Right now, you better give me A's. Even though I know I can pass them, I'm not gonna do it because I don't feel like doing it. Okay? So, you better give me grades and good grades in this class because my other classes actually treats me good with my teacher, unlike your dumbass. So, teach. You understand the assignment, or do I have to spell it out for you, or do I have to take away your career? The teacher's like, I understand. Deku. No, Izuku. Yeah, yes, Izuku. Okay, good. We came to an agreement. Izuku says as he walks out. He opens the window and jumps down. The teacher looks out the window. He's like, did he just kill himself? And he sees Izuku perfectly fine. He's like, this kid, something's wrong. He was different. Real different. I don't like it. I used to bully this kid, and now something happened to him. Maybe his mother died and he grew some balls. I don't know. The teacher says. We see Izuku walking down an alley. Izuku, he's gonna become a hero, but a more like vigilante type hero. Like Aizawa. He about to go Batman and start beating people's asses and rank up their fucking healthcare. Or rank up the health bill, but you know in Japan it's kind of different. But still. He about to beat the fuck out of them. You know, he's gonna make their healthcare cry about how much the price that costs for them medicines and shit. So yeah, as he gets into alley and we see this monster, or how should I say, the slime monster goes on Izuku. Izuku, he is not even flinched. He didn't flinch. He just keeps walking. The slime monster noticed that it's like a brick wall with Izuku. He's trying to pull it, but it just won't budge. And now it starts walking. It's like It's like if you have a rope and you're trying to pull a car that's pushing the different direction, that's pushing in a different direction. That's the slime right now. Azuku gets out and he looks at the slime. He puts his hand back. He's about to swing. Azuku makes holes where the knuckles are. And then he swings his punch. Air comes out like All Might shit. Air comes out and just blows the whole slime villain up. The slime villain explodes. And well, Dunzo for that slime villain, you know what I mean? We see All Might coming. He's like, I'm here to fight villains. Kid, where's the villain? I see the slime is splattered around here, but I don't see him. I took care of it. Azuku looks up. He's like, All Might. He walks up to All Might. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you, young Midoriya. Young Midoriya. Or Izuku, if you want to say my first name. He was still a fanboy when he sees All Might. See, he always showed a 24/7 emotionless face. But seeing All Might gave him excitement. It's I used to watch your old videos. They gave me such excitement and rush to be a hero. It's great to see you, All Might. Yes, it is. I believe it's great to see your idols once times. And yeah. So Azuka's like, could I get your autograph? And All Might's like, sure, kid. But could you help me clean the slime? Oh yeah. Azuku, it's like he makes a vacuum with his arm and starts sucking up the whole sludge. And he puts in he makes how should I say, he creates a jar out of his body and puts a sludge villain in. And All Might was perplexed. Like perplexed. All Might was perplexed. It's like, young Midoriya, may I ask you a question? Alright, and Azuku's like, yeah, what? He's like, what's your quirk? It looks like multiple things. And he's like, oh, well, Azuku's just making up his mind. He don't want to lie to All Might, but he's gonna lie this time. My quirk is perfect being-ish. I was born with my quirk is being, perfect. And he's like, what do you mean? I could transform into any living being, or transform my body into, give him the rundown of his quirk. He even tells him about his immortality. So, yeah. All Might's like, yeah, this kid has to inherit my quirk. Like, really, he has to. He'll make my quirk invincible, really. Young Midoriya, you seem like a good candidate for, Azuku looks at All Might. Candidate for what? Azuku has super intelligence, so he's trying to figure out what his quirk is in an instant, thinking about every known thing that happens. All Might's like, well, young Midoriya, let's talk about this in a private place later. Here's my phone number. He gives Azuku his digits and stuff like that. And he's like, I would just whisper in your ear, would you like to be a candidate for my quirk? And Azuku looks at All Might. He looks down. He's like, no, I wouldn't. All Might's like, why? My quirk's pretty powerful, you can see. And it's just like, yeah, it's pretty powerful, but I feel like I already have OP quirk. And I believe you already have someone else who could take the mantle. And Azuku's thinking, there's this one candidate that kind of looks like you. And All Might's like, what do you mean? I think his name was Lemillion. And he's like, Night Eye's candidate? Why would he say the same thing? This kid's not selfish. He's such a great candidate, but he's right. Lemillion is a great candidate for the quirk. Well, would you... All Might still gives him his digits. So, I will listen to your request, and I would give Lemillion my quirk. But would you like to train with him? I can see that your quirk is very versatile, and not even I can't tell who's gonna be the #1 hero. Your quirk is so powerful, it might even rival my one of my old villains. Not trying to say all for one, but kind of almost slipped out. You know what I mean? Ezekiel's like, yeah, sir, I understand. Well, see you later, All Might. He's like, yes, see you later, young Midoriya. He jumps off with a jar and goes to the thing. We see Bakugo never got to kick the jar thing. He's still scowling with his goonies about how Deku just embarrassed him in front of the whole class. You just can't take that. You just can't take the energy, you know what I mean? You just can't take that energy. It's really sad. Really, really sad. Oh God. Yeah. So after that, we see Izuku go back to his apartment and lay down. So this is going to be my training. Izuku's thinking about his powers and stuff like that, and the people he's going to fight. So I got Dio and Jake. Those guys are gonna be coming after me. My dad's old subordinates. I already killed Rebecca. She was pretty weak, but I believe they're gonna train to become stronger, and they might have the strength to take away my power. So as Izuku goes into his briefcase, he grabs the mask that he's looking for. They're not going to have it. He grabs it and breaks it into tiny pieces. He grabs that ruby. He grabs it in his hands and he absorbs that ruby to his body. He just feels something in his body. This burning sensation. I don't know what this does, but that can come in handy later. So Izuku goes back to bed and he lays down. He kind of has a mess to clean up later. The ashes of the broken stone mask that he broke. Well, Izuku, he's gonna be traveling for his 10 months around the world. He's gonna come back to UA. He wants to experience things that he didn't experience yet. He went to the Great Wall of China. He went to explore around. He went to USA. He took pictures in front of the Statue of Liberty. He went to India. He went, basically everywhere. He went to Switzerland. He heard the jails were pretty good there. The jail is pretty good there. Like they rated the villains pretty good there. Or was it Switzerland? I swear to God, I heard the jails were pretty good there. Yeah, he went to every tourist attraction. He'd been climbing mountains, all that in a spawn of 10 months because he can fly there if he wanted to, and he does. He has money, so yeah. In that 10 months, he did train. He did went to India to train on. He went to India to train on his chakras and bullshit like that. His chakras, and nigga's about to be enlightened right now. No cap, he's about to be enlightened with all that. He went to Buddhist monks for his training too. They train him in martial arts. Even though he can just basically read any book and be a master in seconds, he could. But he'd rather do the old route and not do it. So he did all that and mastered his chakras and his martial arts skills. So my boy ballin', really. Now, we get back to Izuku, right? We get back to Izuku going back to Japan. He has let's not say he has a book bag. He has a duffel bag, and he's holding it with one arm behind his back. Looks like he finally came back to Japan. So, looks like it's time for the UA entrance exams. Deku walks in, and we see Bakugo like, Deku, I see you for 10 months. What were you doing? You've been missing class. I don't know how you even passed. I did how should I say, online classes, so you don't have to worry about that, Bakugo. I've been traveling a little. I wish you never came back. Don't worry, Bakugo. When I become a hero, I'm going straight to America. At least I don't have to see your dog ass here anymore. Nezuko looks at Bakugo. In this moment, Bakugo knew that he was prey and Nezuko was the predator. It's like Bakugo was about to whimper in such intense feeling that Nezuko was emanating off of his body. You know, Bakugo's like, whatever, Deku. He starts walking towards the podium, or not the podium, my bad, the stadium, or the inside of the entrance exams. You see Nezuko walking, and then he sees Raiko, my bad, I said Raiko, right? Raiko, Yanagi, and he's like, "Oh, you're here," and Raiko's like, "Oh, you came," she says in how should I say, she had the face like she looking down, looking up at him. Her hands were like, you know how Froppy is? She's like that. If you guys didn't watch the anime, like, or watch season 5, she's like that. She's like, it's great to see you. I thought you would show. And Zuko's like, you know, I wouldn't lie. She's like, yeah, sorry about that. She's like, yeah. Zuko's like, yeah, my bad. Let's go inside. They both go inside. They sit down. They do the written exams first. Nezuko aces that because superhuman intelligence, of course. And this is what catches Nezu off guard. See, he's reading the papers and he sees Nezuko's superhuman intelligence. He's like, this kid, he is something special. He did one of the hardest questions only people with superhuman mentality can do. Nezu starts searching up who this kid was, and it says it's Zuko Midoriya, but it says he was quirkless. This kid's quirkless? Dang. I can't believe someone quirkless can have such a strong mind. I should do more research on quirkless people. Maybe I'll give them too much. Maybe I'll giving them zero credit for what it's worth. He sips his tea. We see Nezuko after acing the exams talking to Raiko. I must say Yanagi. Talking to Yanagi. They're talking back and forth. Oh, and in the community, before I post this, I'm gonna put this in the community tab about how Yanagi looks like. If some of you guys forgot how she looks like, she kind of bad in my opinion, guys. Like, I'd smash and marry and produce kids with. But enough of that. But I'll really produce kids with the greatest character known to man, Mihasme Anisa. But yeah. Zuko was talking to Yanagi, and they were both in City C. So they're walking. They see this robotic douchebag talking about, "You're doing wrong. My name is Tenya Ida." Robot doing dances and shit. Deku told him to leave him alone. He's talking to a friend. Well, that kind of hurt Yanagi. She understands. They're not official yet, to her mind. Yeah, Zuko picked up that her personality is all spooky and loving, all the dead and stuff like that. And Zuko, for some reason, he found that cute. So, while my boy President Mike finished talking, he's like, ready, set. We see Zuko already dashing and Yanagi. Ida's like, "What are you doing? You can't do that." And President Mike's like, "You think heroes wait for someone to say go? Just go already." And all of them went. Zuko, in an instant, he pulls out 2 swords out of his body. 2 swords. And he's just going slicing through things. My bad. Slicing through 0 pointer. My bad. I said 0 point. 3 pointers, 4 pointers, and 5 pointers in an instant. They're all slashed up. And like, it's not even slashed up. It's more like the whole body is like cut. Like falling down. We see people in how should I say, the booth where Nezu is, and Nezu's like, "This kid, he's quirkless? This can't be quirkless, huh?" I wouldn't say that. As Al says, he probably had a secret quirk, a quirk awakening. Wait, only quirk awakenings only happen when you have a quirk. As I was contemplating how this kid has a quirk, maybe he was a late bloomer. Nezu says that is a possibility. Aizawa says, almost like, "Oh, it's this kid," and Nezu's like, what? He's like, almost like, yeah, I met this kid. How should I say? See, I met this kid in the alleyway where he said he defeated a villain. I was pretty impressed here that he defeated a villain with one punch. Kind of like me, all of a sudden. Get kind of homage because I heard a Detroit in it, but that must be my mind. Because he punched exactly like me, but didn't say the words. And I was like, looks like you have another fan, huh, All Might. It's like, well, it's understandable. I'm All Might. Giving him the All Might classic hands shoulder shrug. And Aizawa just gives him that I don't care. But yeah, this kid's quirkless. You think he's a late bloomer, Nezu said. Or Aizawa said, yes, I believe he's a late bloomer. It's not that common though. He's a rare case, I guess. He had no signs of his quirk awakening, seeing Azugu's agenda. He had no signs of quirk being awakened or being, blossoming since 14 or 15. We have no records. Looks like he just had him. Didn't show him, I guess. We see that his mother died by a villain attack. Her whole blood system was sucked away. As I was like, that's kind of a bit suspicious. Whole blood system sucked away. I never heard of a quirk like that. You think the kid? I don't believe the kid did it, but it is a likely possibility. Nezu says. Nezu's very smart, so he probably thinks about it. Kid quirkless, probably got mad, killed his mom or something. Nezu was thinking, but I wouldn't count on that such theory. So while that was happening, we see Izuku looks at the 0-pointer. It looks like Nezu pressed the button without even noticing. He's like, oh, Nezu says, I pressed the button without noticing, and he's trying to stop it, but it's not working. Izuku looks at the 0-pointer. He's like, that's gonna take too much of my energy. Izuku walks away. Then he hears like, "Ow!" He gives him a flashback of that one. Gives him the flashback of those thugs that was taking advantage of Yanagi. I presume I said her name right. Yanagi, yeah. Yanagi. And Izuku looks back and you see Yanagi stuck in rubble. She's screaming, "Help me! This is too strong to pull out." Whoa, calm down there. This is too strong to take out of my body. Wow, I'm guys, my bad. This is too strong to push away. I'm stuck. Azugu looks at the 0-pointer. I guess I'll give her all my energy if I have to. Saving her. Azugu makes a pout face, kind of blushing a little, like, not like that. Never mind. Azugu says. He creates swords out of his hands. It's like you know how cars did it? Yeah, it's like that. He goes towards the 0-pointer. He makes little air projectiles out of his hands and starts shooting towards it in light speed. He cuts the 0-pointer with a slash of an X. It cuts it in 4 pieces, I presume. No, wait. Yeah, 4 pieces. No, 5. 5 pieces. He cuts it while making an X. The 0-pointer was about to be destroyed, but it looks like the pieces of the 0-pointer were coming down on Yanagi. So Azuki was like, "Screw it. It's time to test this out." You know that gem that I told you Azuku had? Yeah, the gem formed in his hand. In his palm, you see the gem. He points at it. He's like, "Sunbeam." This creates a red beam that obliterates the whole 0-pointer with one shot. Takes it all out. Azuku looks. He's like, "I did it." Coughs a little. Dang, that took a lot of energy out of me. Azuku lands down and he's coughing a little blood. He's like, "Dang, that really did take a lot of energy out of me. A lot, really." But anything for her. Azuku passes out, and this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. I know, guys. I know. I'm doing you like that, but like, you know how I am. Well, I hope you like it, guys. See you guys later, and bye.